Hello, this is Adam with my dad, and today we're going to be talking about architecture. So, Dad, tell us about how people like what houses they live in, the architecture.
Sure. Architecture depends on where you're at in Poland, but generally Poland is a relatively small country. It's about the size of New Mexico, but there's 40 million people living over there, so 20 times more than Arkansas. So when you go to a big city, it's very condensed, it's very densely populated, so people tend to live in high-rises and in these blockhouse apartments where they have on every floor a couple of apartments, and they live kind of densely, next to each other. That's how I grew up. That's where your grandma still lives at. But then if you go to the country, people live in single-family homes, kind of like over here, but they're more solidly built. They're built out of rock and concrete, and they're more durable and long-lasting than our traditional wooden house over here. But for the most part, it's pretty similar to the big cities in the U.S. over here.
Tell us about the castles and churches.
Oh yeah, when you go to Poland, the coolest thing about the architecture is there's still a lot of old, ancient structures, buildings, and houses, and you can see a lot of castles. Where I come from, there's one particular castle where you kids went to called Hojnik. And if you climb it, it's up on the top of the hill, and on one side it's guarded by this just very deep, vast, abyss kind of drop, and so you can't conquer it from that side. And then all around it's got major big walls that defended it in the Middle Ages from invaders. And you can still go over there, you can participate in these medieval reenactments and games, and you kids did it, and it was a whole lot of fun.
And what about the churches?
Oh yes, there's lots of churches, primarily Catholic churches. Poland is 90% plus Catholic, so there's a lot of Catholic churches, and they're very old, traditional, with a lot of paintings, sculptures, altars. They're just magnificent in its own, fashion, and it's really cool to see and go to church over there on Sunday and be kind of immersed in this whole architecture.
Well, I think that wraps it up for this video. Bye!